Good evening, America. You are about to meet Sergeant Dave, host of the Remember the Fallen show. After having survived a rollover accident avoiding a landmine in a troop transport vehicle, military acronym LMTV, in the Parwan province of Afghanistan in 2004, he emerges and returns to the United States with an even more compelling tale of perseverance as he navigates the rapids of the troubled VA system. He gains a new perspective with a fever of enthusiasm to all patriots across the windswept fields of America.
We're here at Landing Zone LZ, Winter Springs, Oviedo, Florida, line 32708, Seminole County, America, USA. This is the Remember the Fallen show, where on occasion my guests will be ground pounders, Army, Nasty God like myself, jarheads, Marines, wingnuts, Air Force, and penguins we call them because 90% of them have wings but don't fly, and squids, Navy, and coasties, Coast Guard, maybe not as a guest. But most of all, the show is about patriots like yourself. They get a lump in their throat when they hear the national anthem being played, or weep unashamed when TAPS is being played as well. I am out of my landing zone of Winter Springs in Oviedo, USA, Seminole County, America, and I'm got my roving reporter hat on for Remember the Fallen, and I'm at Caribe Royale Orlando Resort at AMVETS 74th National Convention, and I had just a great experience with the town hall, Veterans Town Hall that AMVETS put on Tuesday night. And right here I have the opportunity, the privilege to speak to Lena McKenzie is the Chief Medical Executive of the VetHeal program that they're launching out right now. So Lena, I gotta ask you this, how'd you get this name, McKenzie?
By marriage, of course.
So, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to see this Irish redhead woman walking in the door, and what nationality are you again?
I'm Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, so she's cute, okay? So, yeah, we're going to talk about some serious stuff now, okay? We're going to talk about what's important in a lot of veterans' minds right now, or family members, too, and caretakers, okay? So, this is going to be called the VA Medical Terms 101. We have, someone in a lab coat, but she wears a dress. She's no white lab coat, okay? She's in a dress, but been working in the industry for 20 plus years. Can you explain a little bit more of your history?
Sure. My background is a registered nurse, and I started my career at the Veteran Medical Center in Palo Alto, California, taking care of Spinal Cord Injury Veterans for 10 years. And then I transitioned to the role of advocate with another veteran service organization. I review policy, I visit a VA hospital, provide feedback to the Secretary and the Undersecretary of Health regarding the care the veteran that receive throughout the country.
Oh, outstanding. Tell me about, I heard rumor the VA Secretary was here yesterday. Is that true, Lena?
Oh, definitely not a rumor. It was true. He was here.
You're kidding me.
In person.
He was here in person? Tell me, how was the crowd?
They welcomed him with open arms because I feel the energy in the room when he entered. He shook my hand and thought I was a dog, and I said, no, I'm better than that. I'm a nurse.
All right. So, yeah, and actually, Lena answers the phone. So when you call 833-VET-HEAL, you might be fortunate enough to speak to Lena McKenzie, the Chief Medical Executive. So we're going to cover some terms that are kind of confusing out there, because I've been through it. I fell through the cracks back in 2005, and I was fortunate that I learned, and this you got to do. You got to get savvy with it. You got to expect to be proactive, and we're going to help you be proactive by just some of these terms. So here's one that gets a lot of people is presumptive. You're going to hear that a lot with Agent Orange. Hopefully you're going to hear a lot with burn pits. So, Lena, can you explain presumptive, the term presumptive, to our audience?
Oh, I wish you have one of our service officers here, but I want to try to do my best. Presumptive is a term that has been used in a veteran benefit area when condition that is so obvious that a veteran was exposed to during certain conflict that they serve. So there's no need to provide evidence that they suffer the condition through medical evidence. So let's say if you put your foot on Vietnam land and you right now have diabetes, it's a presumptive condition that you're exposed to Agent Orange, then you can file for benefit and get treatment for that condition.
Okay, so in other words, if you served in Iraq and you were at Camp Victory, and all of a sudden you come back and you have this extreme cough, okay, which is called the Iraqi crud, okay? Now, you can look this up. David McCracken and Joe Biden, the former vice president's son, Beau Biden, were at Camp Victory, and there was a burn pit 3 times the size of a football field, okay? So you can imagine, right? So that's what a presumptive is. So if they went there and had no reason to have a bad cough, all of a sudden came up with a lung disease, so that would be a presumptive to them to go get disability for that burn pit incident. Is that another analogy?
I think once the law passed and they agree with that, I think that's an automatic presumptive condition. It's almost like we have all this evidence of secondhand smoker, okay? So that is 10 times worse because the smoke is a lot more toxic than a cigarette. So for me, if I was in that condition, I'm going to fight hard to say, I serve, I was there, I was exposed, you better give it to me.
Right, see? Be savvy, don't give up. Right, we never gave up. We just drive on, but we drive on for ourselves. We can't continue to drive on not caring for our families' benefits as well. So that brings up this epidemiology study. Oh my God, I hear it all the time, and they're trying to pull it with the burn pits. They did it with Vietnam, with Agent Orange. They're trying to do all these population studies, right? Can you touch up on the term epidemiology studies?
Oh, it's a little scientific. I won't go complicated. It's pretty much they wanted to identify, is it something every certain population's been exposed that carry that besides somebody who exposed to burn pit. Another word, they wanted to disprove of, let's say if you have a rash, okay, very simple, and they wanted to see is people who live in that geographic, they all get a rash, that's an epidemic. And if they don't, then your theory of you being exposed to certain thing to have that rash is an evidence. So it's more of a research term. I don't think they use that in a benefit theory, but it is something, lots of time you hear a debate.
Okay, next question that it actually came up, okay, when you were doing the town hall meeting, I heard it being mentioned, and it's called Nexium Opinion. Okay, Nexus Opinion, and I literally got up there ready to speak on the microphone, okay, but then a lot of other people, veterans that were that had a more of a problem with their life, so I just stepped aside because I see other people come up. But that was my question I was going to ask the gentleman, because he said it during Nexus Opinion means.
It's a second opinion. Is for let's say if you file a claim and it was denied, someone in the benefit department, the rating department say, no, this had nothing to do with your service-connected condition, the symptom, the issue that you have, and you wanted to get a physician's opinion, and they'll write a letter as an opinion to submit for reconsideration.
Okay, so that is a Nexus Opinion. You're going to hear it once you start filing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is what we call after-action review. You guys remember this, AAR, right? And what did you call that earlier, Lena?
We call it post-procedure brief in clinical work.
Okay, so post-procedure brief. So about the Veterans Town Hall, I thought it was a success, just being in the audience, okay? So what do you think, what made that town hall so well organized, how your staff was prepared, how you just had the room was engaging. What do you think made that town hall so successful?
This is the second town hall we had compared to the one last month in Nashville, Tennessee. And if this was the first time, I wouldn't have anything to compare to. But because it's the second town hall, we can see the difference in the organization. We lesson learn from the first time. We also have great audio system where we have enough microphone for people to speak to. We have a large enough room to accompany people so they feel comfortable. But at every town hall you learn different thing. Although we have almost 170 attendees at this town hall, the time goes so fast, and I feel that people still shy of speaking up on the issues and sharing their experience, whether it's good or bad. In Nashville, almost everybody there got an opportunity to talk because it's a smaller group. It's a little bit more intimate. So I think we walk away in different input, different format. But after 3 or 4 times, we're going to do it, a bang up job.
Okay. Bang up job, you heard it. Okay, we're going to hold you to that. Bang up, okay. And, being behind the scenes, okay, take it behind the scenes, behind the curtain. What do you think you could have done better for this one?
Oh, I don't know. I think that we could prepare a question for the audience when that pause moment, nobody wants to stand up and share. Maybe we could throw a few questions out to the audience. Do you know? Are you aware of? Have you seen this? Just kind of trigger the conversation.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Great, very well idea. Okay, so what improvements, here's the last one, what improvements do you think you could start implementing for the next one and the following ones down the line?
Hey, just by the way, I just picked up your accent.
You did? Oh, she knows I'm from Texas, Lake Travis area.
People say I have accents. I don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
What was your question again?
Okay. All right, it's funny. So we got the final question. What improvements could the staff make? You give great audio, I saw that. So it's really the staff. And what improvements could you make for the next town hall and the followings in the future?
I think that having a location where it's easy for a veteran to access. This is the great location because parking is free and it's wide open, but we don't have national convention every time we do a town hall. So the next town hall we plan, I would like to look at geographically picking a time that is the least traffic. Also do a lot of promotions, hoping people don't think that town hall is only collecting bad information, complaint, issue you face, but good thing, because if you get good care and you like certain way that the system work, share so we continue to advocate for that.
Great. She opened up the door for sponsors. You hear that? Well, I'm going to be sponsoring, hopefully, I have a large Chevy Suburban utility truck, 1500 series, and we're going to be doing like a NASCAR sponsorship. We're going to do a vinyl graphic wrap all over the truck. It's going to look awesome. So we already reached out. We got Rock and Brews already has a door. I reached out to the USO, Mission Barbecue, Jersey Mike's, Reese Across America, Vietnam War 50th. So pretty soon around Central Florida land, you're going to see this incredible Chevy Suburban 1500 utility truck drive around. It's going to be a patriotic mobile, and you're going to look twice. You're definitely going to look twice. So that's why I want to help sponsor and promote the next town hall meeting, but at least promote 833 Vet Hail. And do you know the numbers for that? Vet Hail?
838-4325.
All right, 838-4325. I hope you got that right, Lena. Right? Yeah. Okay, so we're at the National Convention here, 74th, right? AMVETS. I'm surrounded with some incredible patriots all weekend long. And tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow?
I believe tomorrow is going to be big for the next fiscal year that we elect a new officer, and hoping to carry another wonderful year advocating, service, and honor of of our country.
Great, yeah. So tomorrow's the big election, okay? And I do want to ask you a question about the VA secretary.
I thought you already have one.
No, I want some more out of you, Lena. You ain't getting out of here that easy, okay? So what did he talk about, brought up? Do you remember what can you tell the audience happened during that? You said it was an energetic room and stuff. What made him get everybody so excited?
Well, obviously, I think he done his homework, and being acting secretary for 3 or 4 months, he really dive into the assignment, get to understand the challenges, why everybody complain about the VA. So I think because of that, he addressed some key point that I personally feel excited. He recognized the fact that we don't have enough doctors and nurses to provide care at the VA, so he's looking to way to recruit and retain talent at the VA. Also, he believes the key to have veterans come back to the VA is customer service, and I think that was a major issues throughout different VAMC that we travel. And I said that on my interview on NPR on Monday. I say veterans are not beggars. They are very informed, and we're privileged to be able to provide them the care. It wasn't for the veteran, you wouldn't have a job to take care of them. So shape up.
True, yeah, definitely. Sometimes you got to get in their face and rattle the cage. Shake that cage and get them involved. Yeah, I do want to just touch up on some other just minor things. Some ideas I'm going to throw out there, like, what do you think? Because she mentioned a good point about getting to the town hall meeting. And I'll be honest, a personal experience I had. Well, I saw a sign that said convention this way, and I was watching people go through this gate, and they had something in their hand, and it took me like 5 minutes to figure it out. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a stub to get in. I don't know how to get in there. So I waited, and I called up someone nearby, and I said, hey, how do I get in there? Well, you just got to press a button that gives you a ticket, okay? I didn't know that, right? That's all you had to do, right? Okay, but here's the other thing. It did cost me $11. Just want to let you know, okay? So there's something you got to make sure to get out there. If you do park, you can get you reimbursed that parking ticket, right? That you have, not a ticket, just a stub. You can get it reimbursed. Not a big deal because I had a great time, so I don't want any reimbursement of it. But just little things like that might help. And then I was thinking, so if they can't get to the town hall because they're going through their hurdles, or maybe they're in a wheelchair, they can't even get out of the house sometimes, right? Would there ever be a suggestion for a Skype town hall?
We talk about that. Can we do a Facebook Live? Can we do a pre-question setting in for us so we can answer live to people who couldn't make it physically to the town hall? We discussed that, but like I said, this is the second town hall we're doing, and money is also an issue. We try to do so many town hall, and we travel to so many facilities to advocate. So I have to be mindful of the cost. So if I can have somebody who volunteer to do that or sponsor, I'd be happy to broadcast that live.
Great. So you hear that? We need sponsors, okay? So sponsors, so you can go to AMVETS.org, right? www.amvets.org for anyone who wants to sponsor. I'm seeing some sponsors right here I just want to recognize. You got the JTC, John Tracy Clinic. You got Pause with a Cause. It looks like Freedom's Foundation, and then St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and scholarships. This is some of the sponsors I'm seeing right now. And then, you got to also reach out to the Ladies Auxiliary, and their website is AMVETS.org. So, and women out there that want to be interested in helping and volunteering in that way, and just let's get the word out there for them. Well, I'm going to let Lena go back to her next meeting. She's got a lot going on this weekend, and I was just so privileged and honored to get to speak to her and get to know her, and for her to giving us the time to go on the air for Remember the Fallen show with Sergeant Dave. So I'll let Lena say one last word and say goodnight.
Well, anyone who listened to this broadcast, remember, check on your buddy, encourage them to contact any of the helpline, the hotline, crisis helpline. The help is out there. Nobody have to walk alone.
Thank you so much, Lena. You've been an inspiration. I love what you're doing. I can't wait for the next town hall meeting. Thank you so much. Good night now.
Okay, now it's time to take care of our sponsors. So if you want to get up and grab a cold one, go to the bathroom. It's going to take about 3 minutes. And if you come back late, I want you to get down and give me 22 every day for a veteran that takes their lives.
To connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Okay, I'm back. This is Sergeant Dave with Remember the Fallen Show. Just want to let you know you can always email me at sergeantdavematthews@gmail.com. If you have any content that you want for us to bring up for the show, or if you know a good piece of gear, an advocate that you think should be on the show, send me an email. All right. And so that was just basically what we heard earlier in the show was a National Veterans Town Hall with a big backing of AMVETS. And what we have here is we have a local town hall, Veterans Town Hall, going on in Tampa. And Adam Cummings, he's an up-and-coming podcaster, has his own show. And he's a sergeant in the Marines. He got out, and you can always get a hold of him at SIUVA, and that's Students in Uniform Vetting America. And he's putting together a town hall, and I was supposed to go help him do that, but this one came up, so I decided to take on the national one and learn some tips. So if we decide to do a local veterans town hall, I have something to go by. So here's his description of a veterans town hall's mission is to bring together veterans who are currently or have previously transitioned out of active duty military service and began reintegration back into society. The veteran community continues to be plagued by numerous problems for which only minor solutions have been established, with political pundits, doctors, lawyers, and everyone in between speaking on behalf of veterans while not being one themselves, has created a false narrative in terms of how dire the situation is for our nation's heroes. Negative statistics demonstrate that these growing issues such as drug and alcohol addiction, domestic violence, homelessness, incarceration, underemployment, and suicide, yes, there it is again, 22 every day, are not being curbed, but in fact becoming more common. These statistics affect our public safety for all of our citizens in the community, with over 70,000 nonprofits raising over $350 million each year and millions being spent on governmental programs, grants, subsidies, etc. How is it that these issues continue to grow? This is what this forum will do. It will unravel the false transparencies of our everyday returning soldier from overseas. We aim to uncover the hidden roadblocks of these returning soldiers that are not reaching their constitutional right of the pursuit of happiness. Our series of town halls will explore different veteran niches and discover the hard truth about their lives and the problems they continuously have to deal with. Through the awareness raised and information gathered, we hope to begin a real dialogue to begin creating tangible solutions that we will see positive effects on a national level. Our town hall meetings will consist of an introduction of purpose, breakout sessions, small groups, assessment feedback from the small groups, and a question and answer, and a findings and conclusion. A time frame for 2 hours is sufficient enough for fact-finding results on this mission. Nevertheless, it is apparent of the two different styles of Veterans Town Hall meetings nationally and at the local level. The National Veterans Town Hall meetings are more than likely going to be your veterans that are in their 50s and above, and they already kind of like institutionalized in the VA system and probably not as concerned about employment because the vast majority of them are already seeking retirement. Now, whereas the local town hall meetings are focused on the current veteran who is transitioning out of active duty military service and are starting their navigation and reintegration back into society. Their ages are around between 25 to 50, where employment is one of their main concerns, and they're building a family, and so they're not really concerned about joining a national veterans service organization, unless of course they need assistance with their VA disability claim. So you young soldiers, do not try to do this alone. Join your local veterans service organization, and for free they'll have a VSO, veteran service officer, to assist you. But not all VSOs are alike, so pick and choose wisely, but do not attempt this alone. Which brings up my blurb. Now, if you're new to podcasting like I was 4.5 months ago, I didn't know what a blurb was either. A blurb is a mini bio of yourself in the podcasting world. Here's mine. If you missed it while you were uploading the show, it sits right under the Remember the Fallen logo. And here is the Remember the Fallen show with Sergeant Dave's blurb. It is a known fact that war and high levels of tension can change a person. Sometimes the road back into mainstream society can be just as difficult as one's time in the service, overseas and at home. And when the support disappears, we all need a voice to speak out so we don't forget to be forgotten. It's time to remember the sacrifices of our armed forces, past, present, and future. Remember the fallen. Sergeant Dave served in Afghanistan, returning home with a tale of perseverance and survival. He is not alone. Join Sergeant Dave as he talks to other veterans about their own experiences and how their time in the service affects their everyday lives and their families. All right, let's take care of our sponsors. This will take about 3 minutes, so go grab a cold one, and I don't mean iced tea. Use the restroom, and if you're late, get down and push. Give me 22 every day.
The Red Cross responds to nearly 66,000 disasters every year, most of them house fires. Red Cross President and CEO Gail McGovern says you need to develop an evacuation plan and practice it, especially with your children. It takes just 2 minutes for a home to be engulfed in flames.
Practice those drills. We all think our kids know what to do. They don't. We need to teach them. We have started a large campaign where we're going into vulnerable communities and helping install smoke alarms. Already 92 lives were saved, and 4 of those lives were saved by a 5-year-old girl who remembered what we taught them during these fire drills, and she got her family out. We also have a slew of free apps that people can download onto their smartphones. It's what to do in every kind of disaster you can imagine, how to prepare and how to recover.
To help support all the Red Cross does, and to make a financial donation, go to redcross.org. That's redcross.org.
Hello, I'm Hector Elizondo, Emmy Award-winning actor, and I want to talk to you about getting older. My body hurts, my joints ache, and sometimes I forget. I forget that doing all your own scenes for a movie isn't always the best decision. Especially when you're galloping side-saddle down a countryside road on a horse named Archibello, who seems to have only one speed: high. And pulling on his reins only seems to encourage him to go even faster. So, of course, my body hurts and my joints ache, but it's not because of my age. It's because I'm living my life. Oh, Archibello!
Don't let life pass you by. Take care of your brain health. It may just help you stay on top of your game.
As soon as this scene wraps, I'm going to kiss the ground, thank Archibello for his outstanding performance, feed him a carrot, and visit brainhealth.gov.
Find out how you can make the most of your brain as you age at brainhealth.gov.
The American Migraine Foundation.
It's an absolute nightmare. I was terrified. I was like, your head's gonna explode.
Migraine is a disabling disease.
Just all of a sudden couldn't see. Migraine has ruined my life. Absolutely terrifying.
There's pain that does not stop.
It's a throbbing, pulsing, banging, hammering feeling in your head.
36 million Americans suffer.
I started getting migraines around 5 years old.
Just takes over everything.
I feel trapped by migraine.
It hurts like my head's gonna fall off.
And the whole world around you stops.
My world has gotten small.
You feel like the world's closing in on you. There's nothing you can do. I had spent a year housebound.
It's like you're trapped in your head. There's no escaping it. You can't leave your body.
Don't suffer alone. Make your move against migraine. Visit AmericanMigraineFoundation.org to find help, learn more, and get connected.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Get Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals, because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Now back to the Remember the Fallen show with Sergeant Dave. Remember, you can always email me at sergeantdavematthews@gmail.com. That's 2 T's in Matthews, Matthews. Okay, now, another term that gets a lot of people is a DIC, which stands for Dependency and Indemnity Compensation. Dependency and indemnity compensation is a monthly free, tax-free benefit provided to an eligible surviving spouse, dependent, children, or parents of a deceased service member or veteran. DIC benefits paid to surviving spouses and children are not income-based. Parents' DIC is an income-based benefit for parents who were financially dependent on a service member or a veteran who died from a service-related cause. Okay, in order to apply for DIC benefits for the veterans, so you would need for surviving spouse children a VA Form 221-534EZ. Once again, you would need VA Form 21-534EZ. And for surviving parents, you would need VA Form 21P-535. And for surviving spouse children as a result of a combat-related death, you would need VA Form 21P-534A. You would also need your veteran's military discharge, a death certificate, and a declaration of status of dependence form, VA Form 21-68C as well. Okay, some of the other terms that we come across is Dependents Educational Assistance Program. Dependents Educational System Program offers education and training opportunities to eligible dependents of veterans who are permanently and totally disabled due to a service-related condition, or of service members who died during active duty military service, or veterans who die as a result of a service-related condition. Survivor's Pension, a net worth and income-based benefit paid to unremarried surviving spouses and children of a wartime veteran whose death is not service-related. Survivor's Pension pays a maximum annual amount, which is offset by the beneficiary's income from other sources. Certain deductible expenses, such as unreimbursed medical expenses, may be used to reduce the survivor's countable income. And now, last, is special monthly pension benefits. This is an additional funds available to survivors in receipt of pension who are, due to a mental or physical disability, blind, require the aid and attendance of another person in performing daily activities, or are permanently housebound. Qualifying for this benefit requires medical evidence from a doctor or specialist. Well, it's getting dark 30 for the show, and I'm just about ready to go into rack ops mode. But before I relax, one last promo. So go to sergeantdavematthews@gmail.com for suggestions for the show's content, or if you know a good piece of gear, a veteran advocate, I will get them on the show for you. Email me again at sergeantdavematthews@gmail.com. Or you can go to my Facebook page and like the page at Remember the Fallen, all one word. Copy again, Remember the Fallen, all one word on Facebook. And you also can hit me on my Twitter handle at Heroic Memorials. Or if you're not into the Twitter bird chirping thing, you can go to my website at www.neverforgottenmemorials.org and mark your calendar every Thursday night on your phone at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at KLRNRadio.com. Select shows and tap whatever show is running at that time. It should be my show every Thursday night. That's an order until all the troops come home. All right, Fallout, Pop Smoke out.